All right, so with my 10 before the end, I have now read two. Two down, eight to go, about 9 or so weeks left in the year. So I got this. So what's next? There was a part of me who wanted to venture off that list. That's what happens to me as a mood reader. Someone had mentioned this book before, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna read that instead. So I picked up Eleanor Oliphant is Completely Fine. There was someone had told me about this book and that I would like it, etc. So I went to the library, I checked it out, I started reading it, but you know what? I'm gonna press pause on this book and set it to the side for a bit. Nothing's wrong with the book at all. I just started it. So why am I gonna put it off to the side? I'll tell you. I'll talk about that maybe in another video that I do. I'll mention why I pressed pause on that. Because I just decided, let's go back to my list. Let's go back to my 10 before the end. There's 8 to go. Let's stick with it. So I like reading 2 books at the same time, sometimes even 3. I just like, whatever 2 books I'm reading at the same time to be, very different, ideally. Different genre, different vibe, different feel, that kind of thing. So that, sometimes you want to read this or sometimes you want to read that. But that's me at least. So where am I going to go next? First, I'm going to go back here. Let's just go right back to the classics. So I am going to start reading The Grapes of Wrath by John Steinbeck. Super excited to read this book. This will be my 4th. East of Eden is my favorite book. Favorite for always and always. And I've heard amazing things about The Grapes of Wrath. That's my next read. As well as, talk about being different, I'm going to pick up Misery by Stephen King. So I definitely did a little pledge to read Stephen King during kind of, leading into spooky season. And I read a couple during October. I put Misery off to the side as my November Stephen King read. I have one lined up for December. Then I think I'll probably be done with Stephen King for a little while because that'll be like my 7th read of his or something. But anyway, yes. Stephen King, I am going to be reading Misery, and I am going to be reading John Steinbeck's The Grapes of Wrath. That's what I'll be working on. That's what I'll be talking about. And so if you've read either one of these, let me know. What did you think about these books? I'd love to know your thoughts on The Grapes of Wrath. I would love to know your thoughts on Misery, how you feel about them as authors. But jump in my comments and let me know. It's the end of the month. Happy Halloween. Tomorrow's November 1st. That's crazy. I'm so excited. We'll talk soon.